following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
The madness is real.
The return to glory.
Did we just see what we think we just saw?
If that doesn't give you chills, you're never going to get it.
As good as it gets.
Perfect day. Big time, big crowd. CBS on hand to bring it to you.
That's why you play this game. For the guy that you've been to battle with, you've been over here training for 9 months, you play for that guy.
Right, look around at the guys in this room that you went through war with all through fall camp. It's time to ante up. You gotta put your chips on the table.
Untouchable.
He's stopped! Unbelievable! Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. And will score. Touchdown, Oregon. Pressure hit. Goes down.
Outson Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. And the defending Big Ten champion, Oregon Ducks, led by their head coach, Dan Lanning, and the Duck, and the Cycle, and the number 6 team in the country in front of a sellout crowd. That's the way you make an entrance. And that's the way the Big Ten Home Depot on CBS brings us a matchup of the Big 12 and the Big Ten. It's the Cowboys of Oklahoma State and the Oregon Ducks. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, and Gene Steratore. A partner of defending Big Ten champs. We saw them win 13 games last year, a school record. They won it in their first year in the conference. Dylan Gabriel was their leader. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist. He's gone to the Cleveland Browns. Now it's Dante Moore's turn.
Yeah, and Dante Moore has waited his turn, prepared for this game. I mean, this was the #1 quarterback out of high school in 2022. 2 years, apprenticeship. He's got all the tools, and when you meet him, you understand he's a very focused football player with a very powerful team around him. If he grows, this Oregon team has a chance to contend again.
Part of that powerful team around him is their defense. They were good last year, maybe with the exception of the loss to Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. They got a couple of edge guys. You can't find two on any team better than this.
That's for sure. And by the way, Oklahoma State fans, if you can pronounce these guys' games, at the end of the game, you may be in for some trouble. They are elite. They come from both ends. Well-coached defense and 2 playmakers on the edge.
Oklahoma State, unfortunately, lost a playmaker. Haas Haney, their starting quarterback, went down with a foot injury in the first half last week. So enter a brand-new guy who hadn't even taken a college snap.
Yeah, Zane Flores was the Nebraska High School Player of the Year. Same year, by the way, as Dante Moore. He gets his chance. Gets his chance against a really good team. He's out to prove himself, show the Cowboy teammates and the fans that he can lead this team the rest of the year.
Well, we're going to have a battle on the field. We had sort of a battle of words between the coaches this week. With more on that, third member of our team, Jenny Dell.
Yeah, NAL has changed the game, and this week the money talk, it got loud. Mike Gundy threw that first punch, but Dan Lanning, he did not back down. He acknowledged that the Ducks invest heavily, and he is not going to apologize for it.
You know, Oregon is paying a lot of money for their team. The last 3 years, we spent $7 million over the 3 years. I think Oregon spent close to 40 last year alone.
I got a ton of respect for Coach Gundy. You know, ultimately, how blessed are we to be in a place that's invested in winning? If you want to be a top 10 team in college football, you better be invested in winning. And we spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't.
You know, a little bit of that was taken out of context. You know, the truth of the matter, Rick, is I was being very complimentary of Oregon and their commitment.
Now, both coaches have shown mutual respect. But, guys, those comments, they've raised the stakes and added value to today's matchup.
All right. That's all over with. Big smiles on both coaches' faces as they met at midfield. Now they're set to meet on a cloudy day, but a good football day. In Eugene, it's cooled off a little bit. It was in the upper 80s actually a couple of days ago. 71 right now, mostly cloudy, but as they say on the public address system here, it never rains at Autzen Stadium, so we don't expect that either. Second meeting all time. You have to go back to the Holiday Bowl in 2008. The last time they played, Oregon won that one. Oregon won the toss. They will receive. Wes Paul's got it teed up for Noah Whittington. Back deep for the Ducks. Dan Lanning, his 4th year as a head coach at Oregon. Mike Gundy, his 21st year in Stillwater. Let's play ball. And Oregon will bring it out to the 25. There's a flag down as the kick went out in the corner.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
So good field position right off the bat for the Ducks as we bring out Dante Moore. Started his career at UCLA. As Gary said, one of the #1 guys in the country. Transferred to Oregon. Backed up Dylan Gabriel. Last week, 3 touchdown passes in his starting debut.
Great long-term kind of personality. Looking to get better. Understands it's a process. Isn't trying to be a superstar in the press. He wants to be a great player on the field.
And Will Stein, the offensive coordinator, said, this team will take on his personality, not mine, as he goes. First down from the 35. Whittington, the single setback. Play action, the roll, the throw on the run is complete out to the 41-yard line to Jamari Johnson. As we take a look at the Ducks up front with their offensive line, Isaiah World, who came over in the portal from Nevada, considered maybe the best offensive line portal guy there was out there. Kenyon Sadiq, we saw him be a star. A couple of touchdowns in the Big Ten championship last year, and he's just getting started on being one of the great tight ends in the country. On the ground and a big opening. And it's Whittington, and he might take it to the house. Noah is gone. Touchdown, Oregon. 59 yards for the score.
Yeah, a little mix-up in that Cowboy defensive secondary. It goes unbalanced offense for Oregon. Here's kind of the mix-up right here. Watch him look around, not exactly sure where to fill on the play, guesses the wrong way, and boom, pops it. And you're not going to catch him.
Nope.
Went unbalanced with receivers to the right. The safeties were looking at each other, trying to figure out where to go, and that's the formation that got him.
That is Sappington in for the point after. It's good.
Not saying there was no blocking, but one of those plays that should go 5-8 yards goes to the house.
Well, it took 2 plays for them to go 65 yards. This guy did it from 59 for his second touchdown of this young season. 7-0 Oregon in the opening 40 seconds. We'll take you back to the touchdown.
A lot of good things had to happen, but this is an unbalanced line right here. This receiver's ineligible, and really Oklahoma State has 3 players covering only 1 receiver. That's a formation win for offensive coordinator Will Stein, and once you pop it, there's nobody really there. Good formation, not recognized well by the Cowboys.
Atticus Sappington who just hit the extra point, set to kick away. Sam Jackson will let this one go. And Oklahoma State will bring it out to the 25. And that means Zane Flores takes the floor here at Autzen Stadium. Gary said, recruit from Nebraska, Gatorade Football Player of the Year there. And was a red shirt in 23, a medical red shirt last year. And that came in when Hoff Haney injured his foot. So his college statistics are what he did a week ago. 13 out of 20 for 136 yards. And he's in a tough environment here. First down for the Cowboys. On the ground, pickup of about 4 for Freddie Brock. Offensively for Oklahoma State, they realized that Markel Samuel, their starting left tackle, they found out really had a foot injury when they were at the hotel the last couple of days. So Mafi moves to left tackle, and Grant Segrin has to move up to the right side. Terrell Davis is their big play guy at wide receiver. Second down and 6. Quick throw, just a little bit in front of his intended receiver, Gavin Freeman, incomplete. And that brings up third down.
That's a big change for this Oklahoma State offensive line. As you look at the man-to-man coverage by Oregon, one of the things you're going to have to do, it's going to be man-to-man. There are guys to make the completion, but you must be accurate. That's the theory of this defense for Oregon. Yeah, there's guys open, but you have to throw the ball accurately. No open zone coverages he's going to be throwing into.
Third down was not a friendly down to the Cowboys a year ago. It was in week 1. They went 10 out of 18 last week. Floors, heavy pressure, ball is tipped, incomplete. I think Amari Washington got a hand out of that, I think.
Yeah, it's not just a front 4. There's no way that that's going to be all day. You see this Oregon team right there. They line up 6 guys at the line of scrimmage. You don't know which ones are coming. They only bring 4, but they come from different spots. That's the game, basically. When you get in 3rd and long, you're trying to avoid playing against this Oregon team.
West Paul will punt. Gary Bryant fields it on a fair catch right at the 35-yard line. That's where they started their last drive. That took them 2 plays to a touchdown. And that's where they'll start their second drive. Up by 7 here at home for the Ducks. Hit every highlight with CBS Sports HQ, streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today, and you can catch Gary joining the HQ team after the game. Well, the highlight so far was the second play of the game. Noah Whittington took it 59 yards for a touchdown. Jenny?
Yeah, Noah Whittington, he's been a key despite the Ducks landing that #1 running back in the transfer portal in Mekhi Hughes. Now, teammates rave about his mindset, his ability to do all the little things right. Coach Lanning said he's serious all the time. He loves what he's doing, a great teammate. And guys, our faith was immediately rewarded in week 1 when he ran for 35 yards on the first play of the season. We just saw it 59 yards today. You saw how his teammates reacted. That pretty much says it all.
Yep, 5th-year senior out of Fort Valley, Georgia.
Yeah, and a different type of transfer portal guy. That's a guy who earned his way up here going through, what, Western Kentucky? Is that what it was?
Yeah. So again, they start at the 35-yard line. Dante Moore in the shotgun. Blitz coming. Oh, what a pickup block. And Moore going deep. Got a man on the run. Decorian Moore will take it. The freshman touchdown. Touchdowns. That one, 65 yards in the air.
Well, Jenny talked about what the teammates love about Noah Whittingham. This is another thing you love about a running back. Yeah, you can run for a touchdown, but will you do this for your teammates? Watch the block right here by Noah on the blitzing linebacker. He makes the play or this doesn't happen. He sees it and stones it. Absolutely stones it. That allows the double move.
Shift as they go for 2. Kenyon Sadiq didn't get there. So it's going to be 13-0.
Now, the guy who did the blocking last week was Decorian Moore. Watch him on this one. Because he has time, you just have time to do the double move. You a little shift. You know what? That could have been motion right there for Decorian Moore. He went in motion and never came to a complete stop for 1 second on that play. Oregon fortunate that that didn't get called. You see it, he's a 5-star player. And he's the one losing receivers they lost a year ago that they're counting on to come through.
#1 wide receiver recruit in the country. His first big touchdown as a Duck. 3 plays, 2 touchdowns. Both over 59 yards, 159, 165. Will stop. Steins down there on the sideline going, okay, this is going really well.
Yeah, well, that one play they didn't score, though, Brad, I thought it didn't look very good on that one play.
What, the two-point conversion?
No, the play before. The two touchdowns, the run, the first run. Might have to work on that one.
Okay. So the Cowboys will take it at the 25, now down 13. And we still have more than 13 minutes to go in the first quarter. We didn't get a chance to set the defensive lineup for Oregon. Uiagalelei and Tuioti, the two end rushers. Bryce Petcher, their best linebacker, the two-sport athlete. On the back end, Dylan Thieneman, who came in the portal from Purdue, a two-time All-Big Ten safety. And no gain for Khalid Hicks on that one. Uiagalelei on the tackle. He is going to be hard to block for whoever has the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, an interesting thing I got to, talking to Tasha Boy about him is he's just not a, light his hair on fire, rush the quarterback. He's a student of the game. Another unforced error for the crowd will go crazy because they count those pre-snap penalties around here.
Offense, sure do. Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
Bob Schick, number 76, the left guard, right in the middle of right next to the center there goes. Really not extremely loud for a guy that's had 23 starts at Virginia Tech. He should not be that gung-ho right now.
Second down at 15. Three wide receivers set for Flores in the gun. They'll keep it on the ground. There's a nice opening. Big hit after a 5-yard pickup by Hicks.
Yeah, nice play by Dylan Thieneman that time. The safety from Purdue, as Brad told you, two-time leading tackler for Purdue. Comes in, he's right in the middle of the frame right there. Watch him read it, attack it, and help out on the hit. Boom, good one half one way, and he comes in and cleans it up.
Third down and 10.
Interesting spot. He's almost playing a rover spot. Thieneman is right there.
Tight end in motion on third and long. Flores will keep him. He's tripped up as he was trying to get ahead of steam. And Tuioti, the other edge rusher, with a shoestring tackle. It's fourth down.
You got guys all over the Tuioti that time playing the keep with the quarterback, reaches out with one arm. As we say, two athletic guys that have only one speed, a fast motor on every play.
So another punting situation as Quentin Stewart, the tight end who was in motion on that play, shaken up.
He landed on him.
Up by his quarterback.
Did not see that the first time.
I didn't either.
And Oklahoma State are already out. Oscar Hammond is out. Their other tight end of this game. Can't afford to lose a second tight end.
So Westphal into punt, and Gary Bryant waits on the other end for Oregon. Fair catch taken at the 26-yard line. So Oregon, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And their defense forces another punt. Up 13-0 here, first quarter. CBS Wednesday, September 24th. Survivor's back. And this season, 18 players will make their mark on Survivor history. Worth playing for? Survivor returns CBS Wednesday, the 24th of September, and streaming on Paramount+. Our aerial coverage of today's game provided by Goodyear. The Duck got a ride on the blimp yesterday. I saw the blimp on the ground coming in from the airport on Thursday. That thing is a lot bigger than you think it is.
Here, I know. I'll make a little prediction for you.
All right.
We've seen Noah Whittingham, seen Decorian Moore. I think we're going to get a taste of Kenyon Sadiq here. What do you think?
We'll watch him.
He's the next X-star, the game breaker on this team.
Got one pass for 20 yards and a touchdown a week ago in their opener. So far, Oregon's had the ball for 52 seconds, and they lead 13-0. Whittington again, a big opener, and tripped up, picked up 12. One more guy, and he'd have been gone again.
Ran it left between with the two transfers, Isaiah World and Manuel Pregnon. Right over here, the big side of that offensive line. Good job by World, the #1 transfer tackle that Oregon has signed. Got a theme going here, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Parker Robertson's the guy that got the tackle and saved the touchdown, but it is a first down for the Ducks at the 39. Here's a counter. Whittington again with a big opener off that side, and he's got 10 or 11 more.
I think it was Sadiq that got the block over there, number 18, the tight end on the play. That's the one thing that the coaching staff was talking about, that he's not just an H-back. Watch him right here. Let's see if he's the one that got the play. Yes, he did. Cleared man out of a scrimmage right there. If you can run 4 or 5.40 and block like that when you're attached, you're valuable.
They fake the toss to Jaden Lamar. Now they go back to him with the throw down the sideline. And quickly he picks up about 15 yards. Wow, he's fast. They told us he was.
So here's what you're looking for. Growth from your quarterback. Dante Moore in the pocket that time. Got a flag on the play?
Yep.
Holding. Offense, number 9. 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
Jamari Johnson.
Yeah, this actually happened. Oh, excuse me, Ness. This actually, the hold happened after the throw. Watch Dante Moore go to work here. All right, he's going to take the ball, begin just learning. Up in the pocket, looking deep, not there. Watch him work the pocket up. He knows where his outlet is, turns, throws, and then that's where the hold happens after the catch by Jamari Johnson.
And it looks like the day is done for Stewart, the tight end for Oklahoma. He's heading to the locker room on the cart. Moore, quick sidearm toss to Jay Harris. And Harris brought down after a short gain. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, you just saw Stewart getting carted off the field there. Flores ran into the back of his leg. He came out of the injury tent with a shoe off his right foot. Guys, he's going to get x-rays. I'll update as soon as I have more info.
All right, Jenny, thank you. So second down and 13. Oregon behind the sticks really for the first time today. Second time today. Dante 3 for 3, 73 yards.
Yeah, calm, cool. Why wouldn't you be, though, right?
Yeah, got a lot of good players around you. Here's his fourth throw down the sideline. That one's a little too far out in front of Benson.
Yep. That's one of the things that Todd Grantham has talked about, his transfer portal defense right here. His corners can cover. That was Cam Smith, number 3. Really good tape. You watch the game, he can cover. He's a good man-to-man all over the field, and that's what new coordinator, one of 12 new assistant coaches that Mike Gundy has brought in for 2025 season.
The only coach that stayed around was their special teams coach. Everybody else is new except Mike. Speaking of Cam Smith on the coverage, he and his brother Dylan are both in there. Cale Smith, I think, might be 2. That's Smith, and Smith in the secondary for the Cowboys. Moore crossing route, and they're chasing Justice Lowe, and they got him before he got to the first down marker, but it's 4th down and short.
Yeah, that was a predetermined short pass right here. Let's see if they're going to go 4-down territory for Oregon. This was a screen all the way. All the other receivers were out blocking on the play.
They're going to go for it. They were 2 for 2 last week in their opener.
That was the Tez Johnson special a year ago that Justice Lowe just ran.
So many coaches now. This is kind of no man's land anyway. It's 4th down and 4.
Will they try to draw him off, or will they go for it?
And we got a whistle. We will never know until the next snap. Timeout taken by the Cowboys.
Oklahoma State has called their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So we'll be back in 30 to see what 4th down and 4 is for Oregon.
Tim Zucker with this Jeep update, and it is the second longest pass play in Ohio State history. Julian Sayin with all day to find his superstar, Jeremiah Smith. 87 yards, doubling his output from last week. Ness, Gary, Jenny, I think the Buckeyes are going to remain number one.
I would assume so. Zook, thank you for the update. Here it's 13-0. Mike Gundy, his 21st year as a head coach at Oklahoma State. Not accustomed to the kind of year they had last season. Didn't win a conference game. 3-9 overall. As Gary said, a lot of new coaches. 65 new players. 42 incoming transfers. 35 of those guys weren't around until June 1st. This is a rebuilt team for the Cowboys. Play action, floors, rolls, throws, and got it complete. Nice throw.
I thought he should have just given it to the back right there on first down. That was a dangerous throw. Throwing across your body to the tight end here. Coming out to the outside. Going fast. Trying to stick it in there. That was close.
Josh Ford, the tight end, caught 10 balls a year ago. And another tough throw. This one's broken up into double coverage.
Dylan Thieneman, kind of a stutter move to the outside, trying to get a big play. Dylan Thieneman, the free safety, helps out on the play, coming across the field to help. That probably would have been caught had the safety not come over to help the corner in man-to-man coverage.
We talked about Thieneman at Purdue, over 100 tackles both years. His freshman year, he was an All-American. He had 6 interceptions to go with 104 tackles. Second down and 10. Flores going to get hammered as he throws, incomplete, almost picked off, and he paid the price throwing that one.
Was it Devon Jackson, 26, that came in there? Linebacker blitz. This time the running back does not see it. See how he just looks for it. Trey Towell and looks for the linebacker, doesn't find him, and the quarterback takes the hit.
A big one. And that's third down and 10.
Tough for this Oklahoma State team. Lose your left tackle. You have to switch right tackle to left, back up in. That means 2 guys playing out of position against 2 of the elite defensive ends in college football.
And they're going to pin their ears back on this one. Flores trying to get through the traffic, and he's going to be run down from behind by Tuioti.
Yeah, I like what that happened right there for Zane Flores. He saved his team and put him in position to go for it on fourth down right here. Will they or won't he? I don't know, but he didn't just stand there like a statue. He played the pocket and tried to make a positive play out of it. He's not Hoss Henge. Henge gave them a different type of running attack from the quarterback that he does not have.
So West Paul will punt again. Trying to pin this one down inside the 5. Oh, 1 yard too much.
I know. Actually, really good coverage by Oklahoma State that time. 1 yard less, as Ness told you, that would have been perfect.
Oklahoma State, we talked about the different coaches, including coordinators. Doug Meacham in as the OC, Todd Grantham as defensive coordinator. There was all the changes in the corral, if you will, for the Cowboys.
You know, I understand the frustration from Mike Gundy and the whole Oklahoma State fan base and everybody involved. I mean, this is a team a few years ago that had a legitimate argument to play in the national championship. One of the winningest teams in college football in the Big 12. They were one of the dominant teams. It's frustrating to go to not even win a game in the conference a year ago. It needed to be torn down.
And now they're facing the number 6 team in the country and the defending Big Ten champions who are off to a hot start, and so is this guy, Whittington, almost 10 more yards. He might have 100 before the first quarter's over.
Yeah, as Ness told you, Mekhi Hughes, maybe it was Jenny, one of the biggest transfer running backs in college football. But production counts, and Noah Whittington's showing the production right now, and he's staying in there going to get the football.
And Will Stein told us, we have plans for Mekhi Hughes.
Yeah.
It's just that when our young guys got here, we didn't know how good they were, including the old guy who's back in Whittington. And a flag down. It'll be a false start on Oregon. That'll be their first penalty.
Yeah, the good thing about that, though, for Oregon is, they go 4 or 5 deep at running back, competitive, but it's a 16-game schedule.
Offense. Yeah. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, second down.
I mean, you got to look long-term. For Oregon to have the season they want, Will Stein has to understand that he's got to keep those running backs fresh all year.
I teased him about how many running backs he used in week 1. He said, we're going to try to do that again. I said, I only got so much room on my boards here.
Exactly.
Jaden Lamar in the backfield with Dante Moore. He'll get the call on the counter, and here he goes. Down the sideline. He might take it the distance. All the way down to the 23. Sam Jackson finally brought him down.
Watch the center right there, get the key block to start it. The other side, but watch as Lamar comes out high and tight. Look at that football, high and tight. Well coached.
53-yard pickup right back to the air. DeCorian Moore, number 1. His second catch got it inside the 20.
Listen, you know people may be coming from behind. Look at that ball tucked against his shoulder pads. Protect the football. That's the value, even on the long run.
So just about everything that they've dialed up so far has worked. 149 yards rushing already, and we've still got 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second down and 6.
Kenyon Sadiq this time split out wide, shifting back in.
Coming back across the formation. Here's an end around. Sadiq got the block.
Jeez, man.
Easy walk-in touchdown, Dierre Hill.
I know Hill's got the touchdown, but I'd rather watch Kenyon Sadiq on the play. Amazing. Started on the left, shifted back, kind of fakes like it's going to be one way, but watch the blocking. Block him, block him, block him, and finish him off.
Wow. Another big play. 19 yards on the ground for the touchdown. And let's see what kind of formation we're going to see on this one. It'll be more conventional looking as they broke the huddle. Going for 2 again. Failed on the first one on Kenyon Sadiq's run. He's in tight on the right side. Everybody in close. Dante Moore.
It's going to be a motion penalty. Sadiq did not get down long enough. He didn't get in his stance. You can see Dan Lanning's upset. It's the little things. A fortunate Oregon got away with it on the touchdown pass to DeCorian Moore, but this time got down. That's a little bit the quarterback, too. When you know there's a shift, you got to wait. Wait for everybody to get in there, and he snaps the ball right as he gets the two. Actually, it's actually really like 2 guys.
Offense, 2 players in motion. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
So the tight end and the motion started at the same time. That's mechanical by the quarterback. He puts him in motion. Started him a little too soon. The tight end and the wingback in motion.
Now they're going to go for 1, as Sappington will come in for the extra point attempt. And the kick is up and good. As Gary said, it's fun just to watch the blocking, but you can watch the touchdown run if you choose to. Here's the end around, and there goes Hill, untouched for the score. To nothing, Oregon, here in the first quarter. Making a statement early. That last drive, 80 yards in 4 plays, including the 19-yard touchdown run. Tomorrow, You can count on a huge Week 1 NFL on CBS doubleheader. Early slate features Aaron Rodgers' Steelers against his former team, the Jets. Later, an outstanding showdown between the Lions and the Packers. And our guys at the NFL Today will be there live at Lambeau Field, noon Eastern, with an all-new NFL Today Plus kicking off at 10 a.m. on Paramount Plus.
So one of the fun things I got to do is play at Lambeau.
How'd you do?
We got to win.
Yeah,
we got to win. A win. They didn't have Brett Favre yet, but we got to win.
Zane Flores in the shotgun, and they'll keep it on the ground and about a 3-yard play for Rodney Fields.
Misdirection. Watch how it works here if you do it right. Faking one way, the whole Oklahoma State defense is on the left side of the hash right there, and the ball's going right. They got problems.
And a 3rd down and short coming up as Rodney Fields takes it again for the Cowboys.
We showed one guy blocking downfield. Watch Alex Harkey, number 71. He's down there leading. Boy, that's nice, isn't it, when you got your tackle in the end zone on a play?
J.K. Johnson's going, I don't need this. I'm getting pancaked 5 yards in the end zone.
Yeah, and I'm 30 yards from the ball.
3rd down and 2. And trying to get the first down, coming up about a yard shy as Fields again. That's 4th down.
I think that was Nasir Wyatt, number 32, that ended up making the tackle from the edge that time. Keeps his right arm free, makes the play. Was it Kennedy? 3rd 22? Was it 22 instead of 32?
Well, it's a tough spot on the field, but you're down 20, so I guess they're going for it.
Well, at least you got to try to draw them off sides.
They look confused right now, though.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to. All right.
Clock winding down. 5 seconds. Flores going to keep it, maybe. Gotta hurry. And
I think Oregon called the timeout.
There was almost no time on the play clock.
Oregon was more confused than we were.
Oregon's called their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
I think all three.
Yes, everybody involved.
Both teams and then us.
All right, they're going to try to drum out. They're going to be enough team? Are they just faking it? Oh, no, I don't know what's going on.
Here's a look at the fire drill that's going on right now.
Everybody's looking at the sideline. Guys are coming out late. People going in motion. The coaches are on the field. This is a good timeout.
The center judge won't get out of the way. The tight ends are moving.
The clock's going down.
A lot of stuff going on there.
But the scoreboard's still 20-0.
That's right. With 3:28 to go in the quarter. AT&T pylon cam. Dan Lanning's going to the line judge. Let's just stop this.
Yes.
Let's just stop this and think it over. There's about 30 guys huddled up at the 25-yard line for the Cowboys. Let's see how they break out of that huddle and what they come with. Their offense is on there, 4th down and 1. If they don't get this, they're going to give it back to the Ducks at the 34-yard line on a short field.
I like this. They can't stop them anyway. You might as well try to keep the ball.
Flores, I think he got it. You look at the official, they're going to give it to him. Coming in from the far side, he's got it about a foot over the line.
Flores did a nice job just kind of seeing the left side just a little less trash in front of him, kind of sneaks to his left. And gets that ball. Yes, that's a good first down.
They stand him up, but he got enough. This is what you were saying yesterday, and you did again today in the open. This kid's showing he's tough. He doesn't play a lot of football.
Listen, you're not going to play this Oregon talent every week.
Trying to get to the edge, and about 3 yards for Fields. Jaden Kennedy knocked him down. No chunk plays so far for Oklahoma State. They've all belonged to the Ducks. But they'd like to use some clock, get some first downs, move the chains, see what they can work with here down 20. Here comes a blitz off the corner. Flores goes that way with the ball. Complete. And decent pickup for Gavin Freeman.
Yeah, you're trying to get one-on-one plays out there. At least get your athletes in space. But right now, the Oregon athletes are making those tackles. I think it was Kennedy again making the play.
Yep.
Uh-oh, that wasn't right. Crowd's going to cheer for themselves. Another pre-snap penalty.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Steve Barron, our referee from the Big 12. There's a quarterback comparison so far. Dante Moore with a 65-yard touchdown pass. Moore to Moore. DeCorian, the freshman wide receiver.
Remember last time in long yardage they came up with that, 6, 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. They've got 8 guys up there now.
Flores rolls to throw if he can get rid of it in time. And got it to a wide open man in the middle of the field. I don't know how he got over there to see him, and then I don't know how Christian Fitzpatrick got that wide open.
Yeah, this was just a cross-up. He's way out here. He just kind of grows across the field right there. Man-to-man coverage, and somebody just turns him over. Why aren't you covering the man right in front of you? Waves and waves, and I don't know how Flores found him. Great play.
34-yard pickup.
I mean, he's getting chased from the inside out. He turns out and he sees a white jersey standing out there like a punt returner for him.
So we said they hadn't had any chunk plays. They just got one. 34 yards and a first down at the 29. Back to the ground. Howland this time, and he's got a good game down to the 22. Tuioti brought him down there.
Nice job on the left side of that Oklahoma State offensive line. Comes around here, gets the block. Watch that left side work. Remember, Markel Samuel is not playing. Number 76, Bob Schick kind of comes in. I thought it was the tackle. It was really the guard. But good job that time. Nice offensive run scheme that they made work. Mafi's in play. He was usually right tackle. He's over on the left side.
Tuioti made that tackle. He comes out to get a breather here on what might be their final play of the third quarter. Second down and 3. And another first down run by Howland.
Yeah, good zone blocking by that Cowboy offensive line. They all just kind of wedged left that time. Shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot, just carve out enough yards for a first down.
Well, some big plays by the Ducks have them in front 20-0. But the Cowboys finally have something to work in on this drive. We'll see if they can keep it going into quarter number 2 here at Outson. Just about set to start the second quarter. Jenny was with Dan Lanning moments ago.
Coach, you came out firing early. What stands out about the way your group attacked that first 15 minutes?
Yeah, good effort. We're shooting ourselves in the foot a couple times here. We got to clean up some things, but can't give them a freebie there on the explosive play. Ultimately, I'm proud of the effort. Want to see better execution.
Before the game, you talked about strength in numbers. You already had 3 guys that scored. How many trying to get in the end zone?
Let's see how many we can get to score today.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Got a penalty marker down as we start the second quarter.
False start. Offense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's 3. The crowd will continue to applaud themselves.
Howland jumped early, and Cowboys don't need to entice this crowd anymore with any more penalties than they need. They're down 20, but this drive has looked good so far, with the exception of that 5-yard walk-off. First 3 drives only netted them 32. They got 52 here, and they're at the 23 of Oregon. Howland, who had the penalty, is going to get that 5 and about 5 more back. Tough run.
Yeah, nice counter design again. Kind of man-to-man blocking up front. You pull a backside tackle and wrap them in there. One more player, almost like an ISO, and Oklahoma State offensive line got a good push on that. That's really the challenge that Dan Lanning wants to see with his defense this year. He wants to be more stout inside on the defensive tackle position.
Yeah, Derek Harmon last year ended up going in the first round of the NFL draft. They're going to keep running it until they can stop him. Allen got it down around the 11-yard line.
One of the best players for this Oregon defense is Amari Washington. Watch Oklahoma State right here. Two of them are going to handle the speed at that defensive tackle. Stone them up there and just move them back and knock them off the line of scrimmage.
Biggest third down of the day so far for this Oklahoma State defense.
Got to believe they've got 2 downs to get a first down here.
Allen in the Wildcat, the Wild Cowboy, and he's got it. First down.
Trent Allen is the big running back. Started his career at Indiana, 240-some pounds. That's a good Wild Cowboy. Follows inside. Nice job blocking up front.
First down, first and goal for the Cowboys, just outside the 5.
This is what Mike Gundy wants. 12-play drive so far.
Total shift to the receiver core from left to right.
Yeah, unbalanced right. Everybody's to the right side.
Lost a yard, maybe more.
Watch the quickness of Tatum Tuioti that time. Number 44. He reads it and quickly reacts outside. That's one guy with not quite elite speed. Got help from the corner that time, making it a little easier play for him.
Let's see if they keep it with Howland pounding or Flores is going to put it up. Second down and goal outside the 6 now. To the end zone with a throw. Almost a one-handed catch. Broken up. Terrell Davis was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Ifeanyi that time, number 7. 6 foot 1 inch tall corner, young defensive back group, and there's not enough. Looking all the way back, can't do it any better than that. Good try on the catch, but perfect coverage.
One thing the secondary of the Ducks have, and that's length and height. This is the 15th play of the drive. Third down and goal. Flores flushed. Has to just throw up a prayer to the sideline, incomplete, out of bounds. It's fourth down.
You know, the power game was working well for them, and then they did the quarterback draw, the fade pass, another pass. You just wonder, they were going to go 4-down territory all the way. Why didn't they just keep pounding?
Just keep doing it to Howland.
Yeah, I think they got a little too cute down there that time.
So they'll bring out the field goal unit, and that means Logan Ward. He hit from 42 and 39 last week in their opening win against UT Martin. This one will be from 23 yards out. And he's got it up, and the Cowboys are on the board. So, long drive. Had to settle for 3, but the Cowboys on the road are on the board here in Eugene. You can catch more football action tonight at 8 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. UCLA Bruins taking on the UNLV Running Rebels on the road in prime time.
5 o'clock, that's dinner time for me. Out here, you know, I'm ready to eat at 5.
That's almost bedtime for you. 20-3. That was a 8-minute drive almost. 7 minutes, 56 seconds.
Third down conversion with the big play when Dane Flores kind of rolls out and finds somebody wide open with a complete bust by Oregon in the secondary.
Oregon's last drive ended with over 5 minutes on the clock in the first quarter, and here we are, 12:08 till halftime. Noah Whittington back deep. And he'll just let this one field it at the 3 with a fair catch. Now it's time for Working on a Win, presented by the Home Depot. And let's take you behind the scenes a little bit with fourth-year head coach Dan Lanning and his team.
All right, you got 3 seconds to grab 19 cards. Go. 1, 2, 3. Count them out. What you got? 10. A little off, right? Kenyon, you got 1 second to grab 1 card. Here we go. Ready? Go. That's how we got to play this game. 1 game, 1 play at a what? Time.
One card at a time. He's pulled the right card about 3 of these series so far, or Will Stein and the offense has. There's Will, and he doesn't like that whistle.
False start. Offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And I started to think about what will Will Stein try to do with Dante Moore here to get him prepared to move on through this whole thing. Remember these first 3-4 games, is it 3 or 4, getting to play against Penn State.
Right.
Dan called it his first quarter of the season. I mean, they got to be ready, hitting on all cylinders, and his young quarterback has to be ready. How do they use this game to get him ready to play that Penn State game in the Big Ten?
Dante, the throw on the crossing route. Man wide open on the run is Kenyon Sadiq.
Right here, he just sneak through this time. A little bit of a play fake, then rolls out. He's going to Sadiq the whole way on this one.
You said you called it one series too early. You said they're going to get Sadiq the ball here. That was last series.
They got him a key block, but I was thinking more of the ball. You're right.
Pick up a 26 out to the 46. Now back to the ground game to Jay Harris. And Harris picked up about 3.
I mean, obviously, this Oregon program fighting to play in the playoffs back-to-back years. You got Bo Nix, you got Dylan Gabriel, and now you got to have that guy ready. The veteran quarterback, we saw the value in the playoffs, what those veterans will do. So how do you get your quarterback ready for this run in the Big Ten in the playoffs if you're Oregon? That's how they measure this program now.
Makai Hughes in the backfield for the first time for the Ducks. And he breaks the tackle.
That'll get noticed.
Guy came over from Tulane.
Yeah. Parker Robinson, number 8, delivers the blow, taking on a block. Well, it kind of looked like he ran over him, but at second look, it was a block from Lamar that time that helped it look like he ran over him.
So they had the luxury of having a 2-back set that time. It'll be Lamar, the single setback. And he gets the carry and the first down.
Another important transfer, Emmanuel Pregnant from USC. Watch him come across this time with the block and kick out on the play. Kicks it out, followed by Isaiah World, number 76, who kind of stumbles, but still catches himself on the lead.
Oh, that is how you pull. Wow. First down, Oregon, just under 10 to go in the half.
Yeah, that left side goes 320, 320, 330 for the center this time.
First down at the 42. Dante Moore, plenty of time. Deep. Got a man on the run. Touchdown. Benson for the score.
My goodness, what a throw. Tight split to Malik Benson. But watch this. The track people here at Oregon will love the baton handoff on this one. Here's the receiver to the right side, but watch this throw. He leads him as a sprint. Boom.
A 42-yard touchdown. Look at the catch again. He's going to catch the back end of this ball.
Exactly. That had some,
right there.
That had some mustard on it, didn't it?
Did it ever.
Like a 45, 50-yard throw. Perfect delivery.
Sappington with a point after. So another quick scoring drive with 2 big plays. First a 26-yarder to Kenyon Sadiq, and then Dante Moore to Malik Benson.
Yeah, this Oregon team's for real. Dan Lanning has just told you 4 years of building. This is what you get.
Streaming Escape on the Ultimate Getaway and NCIS Tony and Ziva. Hunted by hackers and assassins. Good thing espionage is their love language. NCIS Tony and Ziva now streaming on Paramount Plus. Some long scoring plays for the Ducks in a 27-3 lead. Atticus Sappington to kick. And Sam Jackson's going to take a crack at this one from the 5-yard line. Only got it out around the 18. Let's get an injury update from Jenny.
Yeah, I got an update on Oklahoma State tight end Quentin Stewart, whose right foot or ankle got rolled up by his quarterback in that first quarter. He is out for the game, guys. It is a depleted tight end group for the Cowboys right now. Remember, Oscar Hammond is out. He didn't make this trip, so it's all up to Josh Ford and Will Money now.
I was going to say they're going to have to rely on those two guys, and that's all they've got. Ford is their starter. Money would have been the third guy, maybe the fourth guy, but he's going to be called into action.
Yeah, how about that? Not often you look at a team where Josh Ford, number 40, their tight end, the only returning starter on the offense.
That's right.
Did they call an illegal shift on Oregon that time? That's been something they've talked about.
False start. Offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty. First down.
One of the things the official meeting we had preseason was they're going to watch the defense when they stem to see if they pull off the offense on the play.
Right.
But it was a right receiver that moved.
That was Gavin Freeman.
That's a tough argument.
And he is one of trips to the left of Flores right now. And he put it in a tight window, but it's broken up. Incomplete. Yeah. Cam Abshire had his hands on it.
That's because Tatum Tuioti, number 44, dropped on the play from his defensive end position. You think you got one-on-one, and all of a sudden you see another green jersey come into your eye. Right side of the thing, draws the block, then backs up right into the throwing lane.
What a luxury to have two edge guys you can drop into coverage, right? Back to Howland with a stiff arm. He's not going to get away, though. Brought down by Ashton Porter. And it's third down and long.
Yeah, here's where you got to be careful if you're Oklahoma State. Young quarterback, big pass rush, third and long. Try to do too much here. They could change the clock, the scoreboard the wrong direction.
Yeah. Crowd getting loud on 3rd and 13.
I think it was movement by Oklahoma State there.
Another false start.
Yep.
The crowd can take another bow.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's the 5th time, Gary, so give them 5 times the credit here in the first.
You got it. I mean, and it's, listen, it's normal, big school crowd right here, right? I mean, you got to be ready for this. You knew it was going to be loud. It's just when you're switching guys around. Nuku Mafi was right tackle. Now he's got to think about doing it at left tackle. A lot of things enter your brain to make those mistakes.
3rd and 18.
Yeah, draw play, not surprise.
And they got it back out to the 20 with Freddie Brock. And they'll have to punt. So West Ball's been a busy punter. And Gary Bryant still waiting to return one. Won't have a shot at this one either. Fair catch. And around the 37-yard line. 7 minutes, 52 seconds remaining first half here in Eugene, Oregon. And right now it's all Ducks.
Adam Zucker in New York coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. We'll get you caught up on the best of today's action and a lugubrious feeling setting in near the paw. Clemson, after losing last week, they're down 7-0 to Troy. Goose Crowder to Trey Taylor. This game and several others on the East Coast in weather delays right now. Good thing we're in Eugene with Ness, Gary, and Jenny.
Yeah, the Suns almost trying to come out. 27-3. Dante Moore, you talk about bringing him along. He's bringing himself along pretty well here.
He did. You know, a week ago, Dante Moore was 18 for 23, and most of those throws were less than 10 yards, all of them to the right side of the field. Now look at this. Now they throw deep. They throw to the left side of the field. None in the middle of the field. Well, let's attack the middle of the field. That's what a good offensive coordinator does. You self-scout, and you go, oh, you think we can only throw to the right? You think we can only throw short? Here you go.
Here's an end-around flea flicker. Moore goes right back to the left side.
Man,
Convoy in front of Gary Bryant. Gary Bryant finally brought down, but not before he got to the 35-yard line.
And just watch and admire right here. A lot of things going on, but watch the offensive line sneak out there. 5 of them in front of it. Ness had to call the convoy on the play.
38-yard pickup. Everything's working that this guy's dialing up right now. Sidearm throw out in the flat. And that's to Gary Bryant.
Yeah, and that was an RPO right there. You're reading the play. Dante Moore decides he can either run the counter or give it to the outside. He's got the ball in his hand.
Officials
He makes the
timeout
choice.
for an injured defensive player.
Guy that was in on the stop, making the tackle, was the one that's shaken up on the play. That's Cam Smith. We'll check on Cam when we're back in 30 seconds. Cam Smith, one of the Smith brothers in that secondary, and he likewise, it's friendly fire that got him. He was trying to make the tackle on Bryant, got hit in the knee by his own man. Coming off under his own power, so hopefully he'll be able to come back.
Yeah, you can see it dive across, and you try to avoid one of their guys so you don't get a penalty. You hit one of yours.
Yeah, Landon Dean, his own man, is the one that got him. Meanwhile, second down and 3. At the 28 of the Cowboys. They're going to blitz. Dante Moore got around the first man, fires to the sideline out of bounds, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I think for sure Dante Moore thought his receiver was going to run a stop to the outside there. Sometimes you have receivers in press coverage. You can go free or you can lock down. This time the outside, the slot man just keeps going and has to get rid of the ball. Good avoidance, but the rush from that Oklahoma State attack got a winning play for the defense.
That was a Todd Grantham play right there.
Yep, it was.
Kenyon Sadiq's in the backfield. Third down and 3. And he's going on a draw, and he got there, first down. So they try to play similar on their two-point conversion try. This time, a draw by the tight end.
Kenyon Sadiq, I think the comp for Kenyon Sadiq is Kellen Winslow. And we had Dan Fouts up here in the booth.
That's right.
We should have asked him. Because Dan was up close and personal with that guy for a long time.
You're not kidding. Part of the Air Coryell group for the Hall of Famer Dan Fouts, who played and starred here at Oregon. End around. Victorian Moore. Look at the wheels. And did he get there? Touchdown.
This guy's got elite speed. And he showed it. Unbalanced line, but watch him shift the ball. Awareness to know that only the right hand could have got that ball over that imaginary pylon that goes up in the air.
From the other angle, did that not look like a duck taking flight?
I know it's close, but how about the awareness of shifting the ball to the right hand? They're going to take a look at it.
Gene Steratore is with us from New York. Gene?
I thought Gary just made a great point, and that's just the awareness some more right there, understanding where he was, knowing his body part wasn't going to hit the end zone, but knowing the football had to go above or inside the pylon. I think they stay with the play. It's close, but what awareness by the back.
Just to finish this off, that was another use of an unbalanced attack for Oregon that caught the Oklahoma State team outflanked again. How about his speed?
Man.
When he turned it on, I mean, true freshman,
that happened in a hurry.
Unbalanced left motion, you get an extra blocker over there, and everyone does their job. The two tight ends, the wide receiver.
Sort of looked like they had an angle, but he just outran that angle.
Yep.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
It's going to be close. It could go either way.
Brad Van Vark is our replay official. And Steve Barron's going to get under the hood, put on the headset. So we'll take another look at what we think, if confirmed, is a 24-yard touchdown by one of the highest recruited wide receivers in a long time.
And he's got that Jeremiah size, too. Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State size and body strength. I mean, he looks older than his high school playing days just 1 year ago. See, here's the problem. He might not have made it, but what evidence do you have to overturn it?
That's exactly right. If it's a rushing touchdown, it's 208 yards rushing so far with 3 scores today for the Ducks on the ground in the first half. It still has 5:46 to go.
Yeah, and total offense approaching 400.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown is upheld.
So the freshman's got his second of the day. One in the air, one on the ground.
I mean, think about this Oklahoma State defense, the pride of that Cowboy program for so many years, and Oregon's put up 397 yards in the first half. And Dan Lanning told Jenny, we'll score as many as we can.
See how many guys we can get in the end zone. They got one guy in the end zone twice so far. Sappington in for the point after. Up and good.
Lined up right there, top of the G, just coming across. It's out of balance. Only 2 players to the right side of the formation. Oklahoma State adjusts poorly, and he's in space, and then he turns it on. As Ness said, it looked like he had the angle, and then he lost the angle. Impressive blocking in front of him. A week ago, it was the Corian Moore doing the blocking. This time in front of him, he had Sadiq and Johnson. People blocking for each other.
Well, the quarterback torch have been passed the last couple of years from Bo Nix, who's starting out for the Broncos, to Dylan Gabriel, who's a Heisman finalist. And the way it has started for Dante Moore, who knows, he might be in the conversation at some point as well.
Yeah, this is, they're making a run at, quarterback U here, don't you think? I mean, there's been a lot of them.
9 out of 12, 189 and 2. And then the ground game has churned out big yardage. And that last drive was 5 plays, 63 yards, in just over 2 minutes. So Oklahoma State, let's see if they come out and try to get the ground game going again. That was working for them before they had to kick the field goal. Big plays do equal touchdowns. You want to talk about some chunk plays, there's a whole bunch of them for you.
Well, 3 times Oklahoma State has misaligned to formations, got into the wrong gaps, and paid a dear price because of the speed. For Oregon, it wasn't just big plays, it was touchdown plays.
Zane Flores in the shotgun. Gonna throw to the outside, a little bit low, but caught, and closing in a hurry is the Duck defense.
Yeah, that was Dylan Thieneman running. I recognize it from his Purdue days. just eating up that play.
He got out there in a hurry and dropped him for a loss, along with help from his friends.
Surprised when we talked to Tosh McCoy, the defensive coordinator for Oregon, about Dillon. He goes, he might be our best slot cover guy. He might be our best blitzer. That was interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And he was a deep safety at Purdue, playing a little bit different here.
There he is again.
There he is again.
He's playing that rover spot. He's got some help this time.
That was Kingston a little bit that time.
Yeah, was it 2 this time? Yeah, he's in the position this time that makes the play. I thought it was at 31 position, but that's not a bad position to play right there. You're in all the action.
3rd down and 9. Keep those headphones on. Flores throws knocked down. Beautiful defensive play by Dalen Austin.
Yep. They know with the pass rush right now, even though they're giving a lot of cushion on the man-to-man coverage, they know they don't have long to throw, and they're squatting on everything right now. You're not going to, he almost beat him to the route that time, didn't he?
Another 6'1", 200-pound corner.
Oh, nice punt.
Fair catch. Taken by Gary Bryant. Been a long time since the Cowboys have been on CBS. It was during the Sun Bowl, 87. Thurman Thomas scored 4 total touchdowns. Mike Gundy had a solid game, too, throwing 1 touchdown pass to J.R. Dillard. Oklahoma State's backup running back that day. Didn't see a lot of action. That would be one Barry Sanders. And Pat Jones gets the ride off the field in El Paso. And no, I didn't do that game.
Well,
I did the Sun Bowl 3 years later.
I do recognize the snow there, though.
Yes, I know. We've seen that before. So, Oregon's offense right back on the field at the 24.
Oh, nice play.
Jordan Davison carrying that time, brought down no gain.
And that was Brian McCoy, number 5, the inside linebacker from Akron. We saw him a year ago when we did that Ohio State game. He made 14 tackles last week. This time he's up there, he's reacting. Sadiq, I think, is supposed to block him, but he comes underneath to make the play.
And Brian had 120 tackles last year for Akron. Second team All-MAC. On a slant. Oh, man, big hit. A yard short of the first down is Justice Lowe. And again, that was Brian McCoy.
Well, sometimes you don't get a lot of opportunities to hit people, but when you do, if you make it count, it feels good.
Oh, he definitely got a hit in.
Over the top that time. That was great effort by this Oklahoma State defense on that short yardage play.
It's going to be a first down. We approach the 3-minute mark.
Was it McCoy that dives over the top?
Yep.
He was. He does a flip.
He does a flip trying to bring more down. That's pretty athletic looking.
Yep.
That'll make highlight reels. But he didn't quite get him down in time. Makai Hughes joins the backfield. And gets the call. Oh, big collision again. Parker Robertson from the secondary made the tackle.
Watch the wide receivers block on these plays. This is just so impressive. Jeremiah McClellan that time, a true freshman in there blocking, kind of a lead blocker on the play. I mean, everybody blocking for each other.
I don't know if they have the same motto, but a lot of wide receiver corps say, no block, no rock.
Yes.
Second down and 3. And it's going to be a first down run for Jay Harris as they continue to use different backs. And all have been effective as we work our way down to the 2-minute timeout. 34-3 with 2 minutes left first half here in Eugene. The final 2 minutes of the first half is presented by the Active Cash Card from Wells Fargo.
Watch the last two plays for this Oregon team. Jeremiah McClellan, number 11, true freshman, blocking downfield on an ISO. He inserts himself with the motion in there and continues to finish it off. That was the first one. Next one, he does the same thing.
He was looking for a face mask at the end of that play, if you're wondering why he had his hands up looking the official.
Again, I know you just got to keep working with your quarterback. The more time, the more experience you give Dante Moore, the more. Remember, Dylan Giver was a sixth-year player.
Yeah.
Bo Nix was a sixth-year player when he was playing that last year. Get more experience for your quarterback. Two-minute drill.
Jaden Lamar, the single setback. Moore sidearms it out, complete on the run. Jeremiah McClellan, who Gary just talked about, now he's getting the rock.
How smart is that if you're a play caller? So now you show the film to everybody. As Ness said, you block, you get the rock. Well, that's exactly what happened on this one. They said, here you go. You did what we asked you. Now we'll let you do what you can do and why we recruited you.
Another 25-yard pickup.
How cool is this, Dante?
He's been something else. He's going to go deep again. Got a man out there, just overshot his intended receiver, and that was Jeremiah McClellan again.
You know what I like about him, the way he throws? He doesn't lob the ball, you know what I mean? And he's not
He lets
afraid.
it rip.
Yeah, he's not afraid to throw the ball into tight windows either. You know, I mean, you play against good teams. You got to let it go sometimes. Throw it high, just your guy or nobody. And that was a perfect throw. Or 99% of a perfect throw.
9 different receivers so far in his 12 completions. From the 29. Second down and 10. Spinning and losing a couple yards. Jaden Lamar.
Jaden Lamar carries.
Ryan McCoy again. He's been a tackling machine.
I think he and Wendell Gregory, number 4, the sack leader from a week ago, I think he gets in on the play as well. Let's see if he does. Just, yes. Fights his man off the whole way and stays with it.
Hasn't been a lot of third down and longs for the Ducks.
Right there with the fake snap, he looked right here and said, I think he's coming. Let's see if they check it off. Yes, Oklahoma State checks out of the blitz, or do they? No, they pretend to.
They keep it on the ground as Oregon, and the run got him to the 22-yard line to Lamar. And that's where it'll be fourth down, but it's fourth down at about 2.5, maybe 3. Which I would think they're going for it. And they will go on fourth down at 3. Moore over the middle, completes it. And it's a first down to Cooper Perry.
Yeah, one-on-one against the safety. Cooper Perry, another true freshman slot player. Goes a little motion. Again, another perfect throw from your quarterback.
Throws a pretty ball.
Yes, he does.
Now coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ will break down our game and catch you up on all the action from around the country. That's all coming up on the Geico Halftime Report.
So Dante Moore was a number 1 kind of quarterback coming out in 2022 out of Martin Luther King High School in Detroit. Now this year, Bryce Underwood coming out of Belleville in Detroit, playing for Michigan. I asked if the two had ever played against each other. He said, no, we wanted to. Would have been a big game. We didn't get to, but we are both coached by the same quarterback coach.
He said we've been friends since we were like 6 years old.
Yeah, he said, look at that. Look how he keeps that left hand. That's a Tom Brady type rule when he throws the ball. You want to keep that left arm and shoulder in the throw.
Let's see how this throw goes. If he throws. He's going to run this one. And he's got it down to the 5-yard line. He said, I'm a pocket passer. I'm not crazy about running, but he had a good choice there on the 11th play of the drive.
He took a hard hit here right on the knee, too.
First and goal at the 5. 16 seconds till halftime. They keep it on the ground. Pushing forward. Touchdown. Jaden Lamar.
Yeah, Dante only runs when he has to here. He wants to get through there and get down, goes maybe one step too far and takes kind of a shot across his knees at the end there. Did you see the end of that play? And then the push in from the offensive line and Lamar. Boy, that's a lot of points for him.
Sure is.
That's a lot of everything.
That's a 76 more yard drive in 12 plays and another touchdown.
Yeah, that's tough to take. I mean, I understand he's in charge if you're, coach, and you're trying to get a lot of pride. You went to school there and everything, and now Mike Gundy's out there looking at a team that ended with a bad loss to Colorado last year. It was embarrassing, and this can't be much more than embarrassing right here.
Yeah.
The distance between his program and Oklahoma State right now is huge.
Seven first-half possessions, 6 touchdowns, and they failed on a 4th down. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone perfectly.
I remember I talked about the hit on the quarterback run. Watch at the end of the play. The tackle lands on his left ankle or foot. I thought that hurt him a little bit. To land right at the end. Now he lands on that left ankle and knee.
Yep.
You could see him kind of wince. I know quarterback injuries better than anybody. I don't know a lot, but I can tell when the quarterback gets hurt. I've been there a lot.
A lot.
That's the last thing he wanted.
Oh, boy. Hope it's not as bad as having his hands over his eyes. It's the first thing we'll take a look at coming out in the 3rd quarter. Or maybe he won't play in the 2nd half anyway. I don't know.
I bet he doesn't.
And Oklahoma State has 2 timeouts, but 11 seconds.
Ness, did it look like his head hit the turf as well? Is he a little dizzy? If you show it one more time.
His head hit the turf on the way down, and his left arm was kind of buried under him. And then he rolled over, and that's when he got hit the knee.
His knee, but let's see. He hits his, he lands on his head.
Right.
And then a lineman lands on his leg.
He didn't need either one of those.
No. And he goes, we asked him who he plays like and who you like, and he goes, I like Jared Goff. Nice, in the pocket, stay right there.
And the Cowboys will just keep it on the ground. Caleb Hicks.
When he originally hits the turf with his forehead.
And then the ankle and lower leg gets rolled up on by the defensive tackle. And the Ducks, he's walking okay.
Yep.
Oklahoma State will receive the 2nd half kickoff.
And he didn't have to go into the tent. The doctor would have put him in there if he was dazed. So I think that might be good news for Oregon.
Big first half for number 5. And Jenny's with Mike Gundy.
Coach, this is a difficult position to be in. What message are you delivering to your team at the half?
Well, we've got to rally and play better. We're making mistakes. We're letting a little bit of the sound affect us on offense. And then we just have to match up in certain places and make plays. And they've done a good job. Obviously, they're a talented team, but they've got us on the run a little bit. But we've got to establish a little bit of run, mix in some play pass. Most important thing, guys coming out and playing hard, do a good job coaching.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Tough first half for the Cowboys and their fans. End of the first half, score 41-3. We send you now to Adam Zucker in our York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zuck.
All right, next, let's hope Dante Moore is okay. Coming up here on the Geico halftime report, a Texas-sized bounce back for Arch and a sigh of relief in Ames after this word from your local station.
Depot Big Ten on CBS heads into the 2nd half here in Eugene, Oregon. And it's been all Ducks so far as they lead 41-3 at the start of the 3rd quarter. Cowboys will receive the 2nd half kick. 25-yard line. And we'll bring it back up to the booth. Brad and Gary here, Jenny down on the field. Last week in their opener, Oregon had 253 yards rushing, 253 yards passing. In the first half today, they have 238 yards rushing and 235 yards passing. We haven't seen anybody play like this in a while.
No, and I don't know, my first thought is, don't you think Mike Gundy knew what was going to happen on Monday when he hit the first press conference? He knows football, and he was watching going, I don't think we can match up with these guys.
Yeah, so far they have not. They're coming up throwing on the first play and almost dropping one in. It's incomplete. It was intended for Christian Fitzpatrick as we check in with Jenny.
Guys, at the end of the first half, Dante Moore had a 337-pound D tackle. Demarion Thomas land on his left leg. He also appeared to hit his head on the ground. I asked Dan Lanning about Moore's status. He said he's completely fine. No matter what happens, when a guy gets hurt, he makes sure to be on top of it. He's good to go. But Coach Lanning did tell me that we should expect to see some new faces after the first drive here today.
All right, Jenny, thank you. And on the run is Caleb Hicks. Our game trends, we kind of touched on it. A lot of big plays. They had 5 touchdowns of 50-plus yards in the opening quarter. And Whittington was a big part of that. He had a 59-yarder. Game trends presented by the U.S. Army. And 3rd down and 8 to open the third quarter for the Cowboys. Flores throws into some traffic. It's complete, but it's not good enough for the first down.
Yeah, late blitz off the slot, had a long run to get there, and that allowed Flores to get the ball off. But again, the Oregon defensive backs aren't even taking 2 steps back. They're squatting on every short throw.
Westball's been a busy punter. Trying to get Oregon's players out of the way so nobody touches it as it rolls around the 37, 38-yard line. And the Ducks will come out on offense for the first time in the third quarter with a big lead to play with. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by Goodyear. Aerial passing has been provided by Dante Moore so far today.
Yeah. Every which direction. Short throws, rollout throws, sidearm, overhand, and even scrambled one. I don't know if he'll do that again, but he has used all his weapons every way possible, making the easy throw to his playmakers. But this last throw down the middle.
This is pretty.
Yeah, this was as good as you can do.
There you see his numbers, 13 out of 17, 235. And he goes to work on the ground here to start the third quarter. Jay Harris on the carry.
Jay Harris up the middle for about 3.
We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 backs so far today. And we're probably going to see 7 more in this half.
We've done a lot of interviews with people, right, Ness? I mean, I don't know if I've seen a younger player. I know he's 2 years out. You have the greatest vision that Dante has about his career.
Yeah.
You know, what he wanted to do, what he wanted to accomplish, who he was as a person, his family, just everything about him. You know, knowing the Detroit area, him growing up in Detroit, I followed him coming out, and I go, like, why are you going all the way out to Oregon? Are you just jumping for money? No, he had a plan.
Yeah, raised by a single dad. He's got an older brother and a sister. And he said, my sister sort of became the mom figure. Dad was obviously the guy that was running the show. And Jenny's got more.
Yeah, you just mentioned it. He's the youngest of 3. He credits his older brother and sister for helping raise him. He said his mentality comes from his dad, a single dad, as you mentioned, and that's what sets him apart. The offensive coordinator, Will Stein, he agrees. And as you guys mentioned to start this game, he said Oregon's offense mirrors Dante himself, fiery, blue-collar, and willing to put in the work.
He's an Ohio State fan growing up. He was born in Cleveland, moved to Michigan when he was 4. He said Braxton Miller was my favorite quarterback. That's why I wear number 5. Throwback, incomplete. Jay Harris, the intended receiver. You know, he started at UCLA, and you always say sometimes it's better to start a season too late than a year too early.
You know, everybody wants to go, but my thing is I'd rather start 2 years later than I thought I was ready than 1 year early. Now, you know, UCLA didn't quite have the talent that this team had right here. I mean, he probably would have signed here at Kenny Dillingham, who's now at Arizona State, who was the offensive coordinator recruiter. He might have signed here, but the switch made him go to a different direction.
And a pickup of about 2 for Jay Harris. Well, Dante, long line of great quarterbacks at Oregon. Start with Norm Van Brocklin, the Dutchman. Dan Fout's our man. We got a chance to see him today. Joey Harrington was a first-round draft choice. Marcus Mariota won the Heisman Trophy. Justin Herbert, we saw what he could do last night.
Yeah.
Bo Nix.
What he did last year.
And Dylan Gabriel, who was a Heisman finalist a year ago. And now here's number 5, and there's his numbers so far on the day. Throw there, complete their first down, and it's Kenyon City.
He just has a beautiful delivery. He's able to go sidearm, but he doesn't feature it every throw.
Right.
He still uses mechanics when he can, and it's a total package.
Lamar, nice stiff arm. Big Lamar. He's got another first down, and the Ducks have something working again on offense.
Here's why Kenyon Sadiq will be drafted in the NFL. Watch him kind of read the block here as he comes across the formation. He looks, and then he finds and opens up the hole right there. You got a guy that can receive and be a mismatch. You know, a Sam Laporta. We mentioned Kellen Winslow. He's one of those new breed.
There's his catch on the previous play. That got him there. Then a 17-yard pickup down in the red zone again at the 19. Jay Harris to the 15. The pile up there. Ryan McCoy makes another tackle. Just to finish off talking with Dante Moore. First 2 games went pretty well at UCLA for Chip Kelly. And then it started to kind of deteriorate. And he said to us yesterday, I mean, I thought this was an unbelievable admission. He said, I was destroyed mentally and physically. I needed a new place.
He did.
A new start.
That's tough. You have all these dreams of what you want to do, and then you're in somewhat of a, ship that's going the wrong direction. And you say, how do I do this?
Harris again. Bring up third down and a couple, maybe 3. And we got a duck down. I think it's Alex Harkey.
It is.
The right tackle. And Kenyon Sadiq being checked out on the sideline. 2 guys shaken up in one play for Oregon. And both are starters and key figures in this offense. Depot, Big Ten on CBS. Sponsored by Discover, FedEx, Progressive, and by Jersey Mike Subs. Okay, so the right tackle, Alex Harkey, is in a pile up here and
right in the middle,
right there with McCoy, and goes down funny, and then Kenyon Sadiq trying to block Smith, and his shoulder or
I
bicep
think he might have got the bicep right in the shoulder pad. Yeah, I think Sadiq is okay. Just took a shot. Yep. I think
there we go.
That's a good sign.
He's got his boxing gloves back on, so that's good. Maybe not so good for Alex. We'll wait and see. As Jenny said, Dan Lanning said you might see some new faces, so some of those guys might see new faces right away.
Yeah,
Sadiq's back in there.
Janoris Wilson's in at right tackle. Sadiq's back in.
Third down, long 2. Moore fires to the end zone. Wide open touchdown, Gary Bryant. Do have a flag down.
Holding, defense, number 5. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Compressed formation, create the traffic by crossing, and you just wait and pick out the one you think is clear. Brian McCoy grabs somebody coming across on the play, and that's what the call is against Oklahoma State. And great patience because no pass rush.
Right. Gage Herrick is in for the point after as we are going to the backup kicker. And he's got it right down the middle. 8 possessions for the Ducks today. 7 touchdowns. Here comes number 7. Gary Bryant. And they are shouting here on Outson. First time ever, the MTV VMAs are on CBS. LL Cool J hosts the iconic, most unpredictable music event right here on CBS. It's live tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore. The sun has come out. And the numbers for Dante Moore, he threw a couple of those away. So 16 of 21, 266 and a career high 3 touchdowns so far. We'll see if this day is done or
ever
not.
play sports and get beat this bad?
Yeah, but not
on
well,
TV.
Not on TV, no. Definitely not on TV in St. Charles, Minnesota. From the 1-yard line, Sam Jackson, and he's not going to make it to the 15.
We did at Purdue. We went up to Notre Dame with the wishbone. I wasn't starting. Some kind of option. We lost 48-3.
Well, there you go. 48-3.
That's not fun.
Well, we had Notre Dame and Purdue last year. What was that? 60-something to 3? 66? I don't know.
Well, back there, they have a chance to redeem themselves, the Boilers, next week.
On CBS against the Trojans of USC.
Have they ever played?
I don't know right now. I was too busy doing my homework for this game.
Ever played?
This is only the second time these two teams have played. The last time was a bowl game. So, with all that in mind, next Saturday, once again, big time at 3:30 Eastern, USC at Purdue. We'll get you set for kickoff starting at 2:30 Eastern with State Farm College football today here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
You know what I don't like?
Are we going to Arnie's or are we going to Triple X or the chocolate shop? Where are we going?
I don't like that before you could throw that out there and everybody wondered. Now everybody's on their phones.
Yeah, they are.
Proving us wrong.
Exactly. Flores trying to step around the pressure and can't get away from Tuioti. And not many guys can.
Yeah, they got bookends. Tuioti off, Uiagalelei, and Tatum Tuioti. Kind of flush to him on that one. But a sack is a sack.
Last week it was denied Dennis Sutton, number 33. Today it's number 44. Tuioti, who's having a big game off the edge, and it's third down and a bunch. Zane Flores throws complete. Going to be short of the first down out to the 19-yard line. Shamar Rigby with a catch.
Yeah, and then just new players in there now. It's Aaron Flowers, a true freshman, number 21, in there playing that safety spot. I mean, a lot of depth out of their top, you know, like 10 defensive backs. 6 of them are either redshirt or true freshmen. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Might be more than 10 as I look here. There's a lot of guys.
Gary Bryant, you looked at him as he awaits the punt coming up. West Ball's legs got to be getting sore. Bryant with the catch at the 45. Good field position for the Ducks. And a 45-point lead at the midway point of the third quarter. Let's take a look from our AT&T Pylon Camp, see what we got going on. Okay, the Duck, one of the famous mascots in all of college sports.
He knows how to get on TV, doesn't he?
No doubt. He's had several different costumes on today, covering up his own Duck attire. It's a good gig if you can get it. Luke Moga in at quarterback. A redshirt freshman out of Phoenix, so Dante Moore's day is done.
Changes on the offensive line as you're looking at the Charlie Pickard in, Matthew Bedford in at right guard.
Has not attempted a pass so far in his career until right now. And it's a streak on the sideline. It looked like there was a holding there, but I guess not. Incomplete.
Yeah, I think they called it. Yeah, I think they did. The ball might have not been catchable, but they caught him grabbing the jersey right there with his left hand.
Holding. Defense number 10. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Cale Smith, the guilty party with the pull on the shoulder pad and the jersey. And so an automatic first down on the first pass from Moga.
Alex Markey, good to see him back in the game. Number 71 at that right tackle spot.
Jordan Davison in at tailback. And he'll get the carry. And he puts his head down and barrels for about 5. Tajay McCoy in on the tackle for the Cowboys. Moga now in the gun. 2 setbacks. Hill and Davison, and whistle stop play and a flag.
False start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Alex maybe should have stayed out. False start. So second down and 10. And now Mekhi Hughes in the backfield. To Moga's right, and now in motion out of the backfield. He's going to throw it on a screen to the inside to Cooper Perry.
Cute play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he was going to go to the tailback.
And then he saw man coverage on the play, and these inside linebackers chasing the running back as he comes across. Right there, see him chasing, runs right past the pass. That almost could have split right there with those inside linemen.
So that's Luke's first completion in a green uniform. Or I should say a Duck uniform. They change very often. This is an all-green day. Back to Hughes. Everybody just assumed when Mekhi Hughes got here that he was going to be like the featured back, but Whittington held his ground. Hughes had such a big season last year at Tulane, over 1,400 yards rushing and 15 touchdowns.
I mean, if Oregon needs practice, they need practice in punting. I don't know. They're going to try a field goal instead, aren't they?
They are. Sappington's out there.
Yep. What, 57 yards?
That's what it'll be. 57. He hit from 62 in a scrimmage in the spring, but this isn't a scrimmage. Well, some people are going to look at the score and think it is. And whistle stops this one. Flag down.
Dan's going, what's taking this so long?
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Well,
no, Dan said I called timeout. No, I called timeout, he said.
And he did.
Prior to the delay of game, Oregon called the first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Dan gathers his team around. News and notes around college football. Jerome Moore going back to Norman, Oklahoma, former offensive lineman there. Kansas 20, Missouri 28-24, we understand, at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And the NCAA closer to approving single transfer portal window, which would help some coaches. It would be, I think, between January 2nd and 11th or something like that. They'll figure that out eventually. His career long, Atticus, is 48 yards. This one from 57. He thinks he's got it lined up. Wide right, and they're going to bring it out of the end zone. And the return man is Parker Robertson.
Well, we were a part of a missed 57-yard field goal years back.
You and Vern.
Yes, I know. This crew was, for sure. Decent kick, but not enough distance or accuracy.
No, I don't think it would have made it if it would have been straight. Parker Robertson brings it out around the 19-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will go back to work. So that was one of the few possessions where the Ducks didn't score. They had a fourth down failed conversion. Other than that, it was all touchdowns and an attempted field goal. Zane Flores making his first start, keeps it on the ground to Caleb Hicks. Hicks got about a yard.
Yeah, those zone read looks that Oklahoma State is running, without Klaus Henge in there, there's really no one attacking the quarterback, so it's too crowded. They need maybe another back in the game or something else, because this Oregon defense is ignoring the quarterback on the run part of those plays.
Hicks with Flores in the shotgun. This time he pulls it and throws complete, and a first down out to the 30. Got it to Fitzpatrick.
Play that was run earlier that Tui Odo dropped into. This time they got a clean look at it and put it on the numbers.
I did not see the flag. Here's the call.
Either.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty enforced in the previous spot. Second down.
So Bob Schick, the left guard, downfield, and that'll negate that first down.
So obviously this was one of those RPOs, and Schick is pushing his man, the linebacker. He just continues to chase him, and the ball wasn't thrown in time.
So back to second down and long. Empty set. Flores looks left the whole way, had it batted up in the air, knocked down by Ashton Porter. He's had 3 of those now today.
Stay alive, stay alive. If it's being blocked on the short passing game, you have to be ready to make a play. Force that quarterback to stop and throw the ball in the lanes. Don't feel good about throwing the ball short. Get your arms up.
Flores picked up 1 first down throwing the ball. This would have to be a big one, 3rd down and 14, and they won't try it. They'll keep it on the ground.
Yeah, well, Oklahoma State has only had 1 play longer than 14 yards, and that was on that 3rd and long with the wide open receiver, for 30-some yards on that play?
Yep. So they'll have to kick it away again. Pretty sure West Paul didn't want to punt this many times today. Gary Bryant, their catch at the 45-yard line. Excellent field position right where they started their last series. Just under 3 minutes to go third quarter. Oregon 48, Oklahoma State 3. Next Saturday, once again, big time at Purdue, 3:30 Eastern. The Trojans on the road to take on the Boilermakers. We'll get you set for kickoff starting at 2:30 Eastern with State Farm College football today here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. And yes, those two teams have played each other.
Reese's going to be mad at
I know he is. It was a Rose Bowl at the end of the 66 season, right? 67 Rose Bowl, 14-13.
It's one of the famous games.
And Greece finished second in the Heisman voting, so the double setback.
Greece is going to be calling you, dude. I worked with you, man.
Hughes on the carry.
And I went there, didn't remember.
See, you're just as bad as I am.
I know.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, we all know Oregon rolls out a new theme every week. Last week was ante up, so Coach Dan Lanning told his team to double down. You got to be in the game. This week, it's let it rip. The message, play fast, play clean, and cut it loose. At the half, Coach told me he doesn't care what the score is. They're playing to their standard, and they are going to let it rip. So if week one felt like a poker hand, week two, guys, it's straight out of Rounders. All the chips are in. Matt Damon telling you, let's let it rip.
Tell you what, they've had some rip plays today, some chunk plays, starting with a 59-yard touchdown by Noah Whittington. And that guy on a beautiful pass for his second touchdown today was letting it rip.
We've seen two pretty good teams play at home against inferior talent, and it's really hard to judge, but I will say this, two contenders at least, right?
Yeah, Penn State last week with a lopsided win over Nevada, and today the same thing is happening here on what is now a sunny day in Eugene, Oregon. Luke Moga at the controls at quarterback with Dante Moore's day done. Moga rolls and throws wide open. Jeremiah McClellan made a man miss his stiff arm, and he's got it all the way down to the 2-yard line. That's a fired-up quarterback now.
Yeah, half roll this time, wide open, easy throw. Coming outside to McClellan, he's earned that football, has he not? He looks like a keeper.
You bet. 51 more yards on that pass play, and his first and goal. And Hughes got it closer, but not in yet.
Yeah, I'm going to feed Hughes the ball again. I mean, he came here as a transfer, had that big year at Tulane. I'm going to give him the ball and let him score a touchdown here if I'm
Will Stein. Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Looks like they're bringing in the heavy unit.
And they've got Grace as a fullback.
Yep.
And Davison the tail.
Yeah, they're big all over. They've got 7 offensive linemen in the game.
Second and goal at the 1. And an easy touchdown, Jordan Davison from a yard. 10 possessions, 8 touchdowns.
7 offensive linemen, a fullback. Kind of like this is Oregon saying we can play Big Ten football.
And now they scramble around as they'll go for the extra point.
Man,
and this is Turek again, Gage with the extra point attempt.
Kind of embarrassing for Oklahoma State here. I think they've only got 9 guys out there for the extra point. I don't even know if they had 11 for the touchdown they played before.
55-3. The Oregon schedule and the East easy win in week 1. They're going to have an easier win here in week 2. Then at Northwestern next Saturday. Oregon State, which is a rivalry game, and then the whiteout at Penn State, September 27th. And that's what they're, as Gary said earlier, they're aiming to get better every week, so they're peaking then and hoping not to have a mishap along the way. But that will be a big-time clash in Happy Valley.
Yeah, it's a big weekend in college football. It's also the weekend that Ohio State's going to be at Washington. We got a lot of big games in the Big Ten that week, all around the country.
50 plus in each of the first 2 games. Third time that's happened. 2013, 2018. Will Stein told us in our meeting, he said, you know, when we score first, we've never lost a game under Coach Lanning. Well, they've scored first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 8th times.
They've never lost when they scored the first 9 times.
That's right. Oklahoma State out to the 25. Don't forget, coming up later in the game, it's the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Oklahoma State doesn't have a first down this half, only 5 for the game.
What would be your play of the game? I got mine. The first run of the game by Noah Whittingham. Didn't that just basically take the out of the Oklahoma State team?
Pretty much. That was 2 plays into the game. Yeah.
It was like, oh, jeez.
Four wideouts for Zane Flores, and they'll empty the backfield.
And he threw it right to the Ducks. And it's going to be a touchdown for Jerry Mixon. A pick 6 for the linebacker, Jerry Mixon.
Cover. You just look at that quarterback's eyes. There's Mixon right there. Read the quarterback. He'll tell you where to go. He looks to the right. Mixon goes, okay, I'll go over there. Boom.
And about a 25-yard return on the pick 6. And now Hurrick will make it 62-3. Throw the slant, and Mixon just jumped it, and 26 yards later, he's in the end zone.
So he's basically got the quarterback on the quarterback draw, and he frees up if he doesn't. And that's how it's looked from Dan Flanning's view from the sidelines.
And Dan knew that was a touchdown as soon as the ball was thrown. And Zane Flores, there will be better days, young man, but today isn't it.
Well, it is somewhat alarming to watch the difference in talent on the field, isn't it?
Yep. And remember, this is not Oklahoma State's starting quarterback. That was Haas Haney, who broke his foot last week after a couple good drives that led to scores. In fact, the second scoring drive, they say his foot was already injured at that point. He was out there anyway.
So you're wondering, how does Dan Lanning take the foot off the gas pedal? Well, that was with defense.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to do, right?
Right. You're a backup linebacker, and you're trying to get out there and show what you can do.
Well, Flores coming out again. Just over a minute to go in the third.
And the only thing you can do is just go out there and show your teammates that you got no quit in you. I mean, everybody on that field, Oklahoma State has had embarrassing plays when they turn the tape out, I'm sure. The quarterback's embarrassing plays are wide out for everybody to see.
You saw Tosh LaBoy standing right next to Dan Lanning, the defensive coordinator for the Ducks. And his team has almost pitched a shutout, just that field goal. That after an 8-minute drive, Oklahoma State finally got something on the board, but nothing since. Freddie Brock on the carry. Second down at 7 from the 28. Brock floors, and he did it again. Threw it away for another pick six. This one's Peyton Woodyard. Back-to-back interception returns for touchdowns.
Ashton Porter, number 29, put pressure on late. Coming from this side right into the quarterback late. And he forces the throw, and wow. Might have been two players for Oregon that could have intercepted that football.
A happy bunch on the sideline. I mentioned Pastor Boyd just a moment ago, and it's going to be a fun meeting group this week in that room. Not so fun in the offensive meeting group in the quarterback room next week in Stillwater. Derek, point after is good. Gary and I have worked 17 years together. I don't remember a 69-3 among them.
Not at three quarters. I might even consider pulling Zane out of the football game. You know how you pull a goalie when he's giving up 6-7 goals? I mean, for his growth, he might need to get off the field right now.
That would probably mean Banks Bowen to come in, a freshman out of Tulsa. Right now, that's a shell-shocked look. Yeah, you can barely see his face.
It might just be the right thing to do. I'm sure you never want to come out. I'm sure he's arguing that I'm fine, but you know, maybe for the long range here, you need to go a different direction. Let's put it this way: it's been a team defeat.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think they are going to do that.
There's Banks Bowen, and he's.
I don't blame Mike Gundy on this one.
Oklahoma State's third kickoff return in the last 50 seconds. That's not a good sign. And they're going to bring it out from about 4 yards deep and only get to the 13-yard line by Colby Foreman. Jerry Mixon with the first of two interception returns for touchdowns. And I guess there's going to be a gift involved here, Jenny.
Yeah, there's a gift involved afterwards. Jerry signaled for his mom to come down. They celebrated on the sideline together. He gave her the game ball. That's Iofemi, his mom, so fired up for his first touchdown here at Oregon. But, guys, the Oregon staff went up and took the ball back.
They did not.
They did.
They did.
Why? Why would they do that?
They got enough Nike footballs around here to give one up.
Yeah. Are they going to paint it up for her later? I mean, they're not going to really take it back.
Freddie Brock will end the first quarter with that run. And that ends 3. The Duck is having himself a day. He's been everywhere as Johnny Cash sings us into the fourth quarter. It's been a Duck day. A lot of push-ups, man. A lot of push-ups. I've been at the end of every third quarter here at Autzen Stadium, you get the joyful exuberance of being up 69-3, including the players getting in the act with the sellout crowd. Kind of fun to watch. Not fun to watch if you're Oklahoma State. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, that's been a tradition for the last 15 years. It's very impressive. Every game since 2010, Autzen Stadium has been playing shout between the third and fourth quarter to hype up the crowd. It, of course, references the famous toga party scene from Animal House, which was filmed here at Oregon. Guys, I'm told the only time the players are allowed to go on the field, like they just did, is if they're up big.
And they're up big. This is a Route 66 right now. They're up 66. And fourth down coming for the Cowboys. Now, back in 1907, the Cowboys lost by 67 at Oklahoma in the border war. The matchup between Cowboys and the Sooners.
We did notice Zane Flores back in there. Just, you know, I don't know. It doesn't make any difference, right?
Right.
I don't think they're going to be throwing any more passes.
Well, they would hope for some bedlam right now. They could use that. As this has not been a fun day for Zane Flores and the Cowboys. Let's play ball. On the ground and a big opening. And it's Whittington, and he might take it to the house. Are you kidding me? Easy walk-in touchdown, De'Aaron Hill. And another tough throw. This one's broken up into double coverage. That's a look at our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Dante Moore, sensational day. 3 touchdowns, a career high. Decorian Moore rushing score and a long touchdown catch of 65 yards. 9 players have scored a touchdown, and as Jenny said to Coach Lanning at halftime, how many guys can you get involved? He said, we'll see how many can score. 9 have.
Yeah, I remember this going to break. I've asked him to play it again. Nuku Mafi, the left tackle, usually was the right tackle. You know, I tell this to my kids and my grandkids and everybody about a team. You know, it's easy to be a great teammate when things are going good. But look at your teammates who are suffering and be there when they're suffering.
Yep.
I give Mafi a lot of credit. Ness has done that to me many, many times. A couple mistakes, cut the wrong guy, you know.
On the ground. That doesn't happen that often. Mekhi Hughes on the carry. Wow, it started off cloudy, and the more the Ducks scored, the brighter the skies got.
Right.
I don't know what the top 10 shakeup is going to look like, but they're certainly not going to lose their spot at number 6, the Ducks. We'll see if they move up in the rankings next week. And playing hard to the end. Brian Movelson and his lovely wife, Catherine, had us over to his house, the whole crew, for dinner on Thursday night. There's Mom, Mrs. Movelson. There's Gary asking for more steak and receiving it. Now, I don't usually eat dessert, but I saw these brownies and this bundt cake sitting over on a table, and I brought it out, and I put it down, and I said, somebody's got to try this. So I'm the first one that tried this, and it was Will Stein's wife, Darby, who made it, but it's his mom, Debbie's recipe. I got to tell you, Jenny will tell you more after this play. Going to be a quarterback draw, and Luke Moga takes it all the way back into Cowboy territory. It is the best thing I've ever tasted dessert-wise in my life. I'm not kidding.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was unbelievable. You mentioned, so Will Stein's mom mom, Debbie, and her sister, Blakey, they turned a family recipe into a business. They've been baking together since 2003. After rave reviews from all their friends and family, they opened up their own bakery in Louisville, Kentucky called Sissy Cake. I mean, their signature orange juice cake, probably the best dessert I've ever had. The good news, Sissy Cakes, they can ship nationwide. So everyone listening right now, go get yourself an orange juice cake.
Yep, and not only that, Will brought that box that you just saw into our meeting yesterday because his mom gave it to him for his birthday, which isn't until, I think, the September 25th. He turns 36, and he said, you guys like this stuff so much, I just thought I'd bring it in, and Brad could have some more and get fatter by the minute. Thank you for Darby for making it, and thank you for Mom Debbie for coming up with the recipe. That was unbelievable. And a great night, Mo, our ace spotter. Thanks for having us over, man. That was a lot of fun.
It was awesome, Mom. Whole night, your whole family, everybody. Your mom and I are best buddies now.
They really are. Surprised you two didn't go out dancing.
Well, she's 88 years old, and she did an aerobic class in the morning while I was sleeping.
Full start. Offense, number 83, 5-yard penalty, second down.
I don't want to leave Flash out either. The neighbor, Movilson dog. He and I are best friends.
Pretty interesting, though, that Will Stein came here when Kenny Dillingham got the Arizona State job, and that's the reason why Dante Moore didn't come. That change at offensive coordinator said, I don't quite know, and he had built a relationship with Dillingham. You can understand why.
Exactly.
Kenny doing a great job, and it's worked out for everybody.
I said to Will, the calls are going to start coming because Dan Lanning was a very young guy when he got a head coaching job, and he said, but right now, it's a pretty good spot, and I would say so.
I didn't try the kick. They ran out of forks. It's inside joke.
That's right. Gary can't eat dessert with a spoon. There's something weird about him. That's not the only thing weird about him. I'm just saying that's one. Third down at 5.
They got that unbalanced line again to the left. Let's see what they do with it. No, that's not. Smaller tight end. I didn't see it.
Boga threw it behind his intended receiver, Jeremiah McClellan. And it will bring up a 4th down. Are we going to finally see an Oregon?
Oh, no way I'm punting.
Okay.
Oregon hasn't punted all year. I wouldn't do it now, would you?
No, not really. I just was wondering.
Oh, they're gonna.
Well, they got to see what James Ferguson, Reynolds, or Ross James can do. They need to practice. You can't just get it all on the practice field. And so this one will be James Ferguson Reynolds, his opening kick of the year. Last year, averaged about 43.5 a boot. And at the 10-minute mark of the 4th quarter, we see, barring a fake, our first Oregon punt of the season. And dropped it down to the 5. That's just how you do it. So successful punt. He's fired up. He should be. Been practicing for all year to get a kick in. Most of the kicking's been the offense of the Ducks. They have kicked it in gear to lead 69-3. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by State Farm, T-Mobile, Taco Bell, and by the Home Depot. Just under 10 to play here at Autzen Stadium. Let's take a look at the Modelo Game Changers.
Yeah, Noah Whittington already scored a touchdown run, but here a great block allows DeCorian Moore to catch his touchdown past the 5-star. Now in the reverse, both Kenyon Sadiq and Jamari Johnson, the 2 tight ends, spring Moore for the touchdown. And then on the reverse, you get Kenyon Cedric and then right tackle Alex Harkey in the end zone blocking. So the way you're supposed to do it, when it all fits together, speed and blocking is a pretty good weapon.
And a dominant Ducks, 9 yards a carry, 13 plus a pass, yards per play, almost a first down every time they snap the ball for Dan Lanning, who's about to be 37-6 in the beginning of his 4th season here in Eugene. Flores still in there. Quarterback giving it off to Rodney Fields. Oklahoma State, everybody says, oh, the Big 12's wide open. I don't know, but there you see their schedule.
I know, but if Oklahoma State's going to do anything, they got to flush with this one away, because the first half of their schedule, they got the home games. And they got to get ready to win 2 or 3 games at home and try to salvage this football season and not let this game ruin their whole football season.
Iowa State down there is the last game of the year, and if you missed it, they won the Cy-Hawk Trophy today the same way they won it when we did their game last year against the Hawkeyes. Yep. A field goal to win it. And trying to break tackles is Rodney Fields, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, now do you even try to throw the football here?
No, the last couple of throws ended up going in the end zone the wrong direction. Third down and 5.
If I throw, I'm throwing deep. I'm not going to throw a slant pass.
Out in the flat. It's complete and close to
first down.
Royal Capel.
Little swing pass, so he wasn't throwing over the middle. Didn't have to find any linebacker or search anybody out. Just get a first down.
First down of the half, and he had to fight it like crazy to get there, and he got it with that left toe. So they played a quarter and almost a quarter and a half without a first down in this half. And Fields, tough run. And Porter, who had a big play earlier and on the stop. Pick up an 8, 2nd down and 2. Flores 7 out of 19. 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns today of his 67 yards passing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he survived the first half okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, bro, it's tough sledding out there. Their team's not as good as the team in green. But the second half, that was tough to take those back-to-backers. This
being his first start since high school after a medical red shirt and a normal freshman red shirt in 23. So he's getting a lot more experience, and this isn't the experience he wanted to experience today. Third down in the yard. Flores going to keep it himself. Not going to get there. Lost a couple. Will Stratton knocked him out of bounds short of the first down marker, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, nowhere to throw the ball that time. Stratton just keeps going, and there's nowhere to move out there. There's green jerseys everywhere you look.
So Wes Paul into punt. Corian Moore back as a return man this time. He's already scored as a receiver and a runner. He backpedals to take the ball at the 20 as a punt returner. Don't let him get the corner if you know what's good for you. He got the corner, but he's going to run out of real estate. And still got about a 14-yard return out of it. He slaps his hands as if to say, man, one more blocker, a little more room on the side, and I maybe could have taken this all the way. He might be right.
Adam Zucker with a Jeep update, and keep your eyes on the left side of the screen, number 44. That's Troy's Luke Hodge times the jump into the hands of T.J. Thompson, into the end zone. It's 16-3 Troy at halftime at Clemson as we send you back to the dessert connoisseurs in Eugene.
Whoa, big upset happening in Death Valley. That's not going to go over big with the Tiger fans if that holds. After the loss to open up the season.
Another quarterback in the game?
Yep.
Brock Thomas, true freshman out of Eugene.
Local products. Toss. And nice job defensively by Trip White. And a loss on the play. Your college football playoff format. Last season, some scrutiny about how things kind of shook out. And so it changed this season.
Yeah.
Top 4 seeds. Here's how it looked last year. You explained this one.
I think Oregon would have really preferred, instead of playing this team right here in their slot.
Yeah.
I think they would have preferred the rules being the way they are this year. They win the Big Ten championship, wait for, plus 20 days, and they catch Ohio State instead of playing the winner of the Boise State-Indiana game. I think that's a big difference.
I didn't realize it was that big a gap. I think Dan said it was 26 days between the last game and then the playoff game.
Yeah, I think that's something that needs to be cleaned up for this thing to work. I don't know, move the season up to make week 0, week 1, and get the thing over the first week of January. There's a couple weekends they could use. They'd be controversial, but they could use.
Yep.
Championship weekend.
Look at Thomas level as he got rid of the ball and his helmet came off and everything.
Yeah,
so that's not high school in Eugene.
That could be a busted assignment. How does somebody run completely clean? Oh, the right tackle didn't even left tackle
didn't move.
Didn't even hear the snap count at all.
There's a
He's
flag
still
down.
standing there.
Ooh. That was big hit. And let's see what the flag's about. And he's okay. Shaking hands with his teammates.
Offside, defense number 17. 5-yard penalty enforced in the previous spot. 3rd down.
Well, the offsides against the Cowboys.
I think the quarterback would have loved to have that thing whistled dead, don't you think?
No kidding. So it makes it 3rd down and 6. And now the center judge is stopping play.
I wonder if they're going to look at the quarterback here.
Losing his helmet?
Yes.
I don't know if that's what they're looking at. Gene Steratore with us. I don't know, Gene, is that what they're talking about?
You know, I think it's a legal hit. I think what they may be discussing is that the quarterback, Thomas's helmet comes off, and the foul that was called was not a result of that helmet coming off. So by rule, I would think that Thomas has to sit out for a play.
Okay.
I think the hit's legal, but I think that may be the discussion, fellas.
Okay.
So Brock is it, probably a walk-on, right? Okay. So he gets an opportunity to play. His left tackle doesn't get out of the stance.
Yeah.
He takes a vicious hit, so he's penalized to go to the bench on this one. That doesn't seem right, does it?
No.
Like, wait a second here. I didn't do anything wrong.
Last week, the mascot lost his head, and Brock almost lost his on that one.
True. Looks like they're going to leave him in the game. Well, they're going to actually look at a replay.
17 was offsides. There's a long discussion going on in that. We, quite frankly, they are going to look at a
You know what? I feel like Gene's going, please don't come to me. I have no idea what they're doing. I'd be like, don't you think she's back there, guys? Please. Game's almost over. 69-3. Please don't ask me a question.
There's 4:49 to go. We've already spent more than 4 minutes and 49 seconds trying to figure out what's going on.
No, please, no.
Go ahead, Gary. You could throw it out at me, sure.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. The first down, correction, third down.
We saved you. Come on, you got to admit it.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Gary.
Whatever was upheld is upheld.
Because we could have gone, Gene, what's going on here? And Gene go, how the hell do I know? I'm getting ready for the Green Bay game tomorrow.
Okay, so Brock Thomas still in there and in an empty backfield. Now he's going to have his tailback, DeJuan Riggs, rejoin him. Brock from nearby Sheldon High School, same high school as Justin Herbert. And he's going to try to run out of trouble here, and he'll go down. It'll be 4th down. And we will see our second duck punt of the year.
Thomas stop for a loss.
So it'll either be Ross James or James Ferguson Reynolds to come out to kick. They've got 2 punters here.
For the Cowboys.
Fair catch. Taken around the 29-yard line. Now it's time for the plays of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Here's how some of them sounded. On the ground and a big opening. And it's Whittington, and he might take it to the house. Noah is gone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Whittington to the backfield. Snap, back to throw. Rolling to his left, sets up, going deep, and he's got him. Ja'Cory Moore with a catch. Inside on his feet at the 15. Are you kidding me?
Jerry Allen with the "Are you kidding me" call, our friend, the Duck Radio voice for a long time. And doing it as well as he ever has.
Ball carrier.
Down to 3.5 to go. Going to be a long flight back to Stillwater, where I don't think the waters are going to be very still, quite frankly.
Not. I don't think even the most rabid Oklahoma State fan thought that they would win this game. They were just hoping it wouldn't look like this.
Right. Couple-yard gain for Hicks. Bring up 3rd down. Tonight on CBS begins with FBI International and FBI Most Wanted, followed by 48 Hours tonight on CBS. Dan Lanning, one of the best starts over 3 years of any college football coach as far as winning percentage.
And now in March became one of the best paid.
Yes, he did.
Coaches around
got a contract extension through 2030. 6-year contracts. And is paid with the best of them in the business. We don't have to go into numbers, but you know who they are.
Well, he learned it from a couple of, all-timers.
Yep.
Nick Saban's days, Kirby Smart. And when Mario Cristobal chose to go back to Miami, they dialed him up, and he's been courted a little bit to go back that way. And he said, no, I like it here.
Who wouldn't? Especially the way things are going right now. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one. I'm sure they're going to have some wonderful things to say and bring you the day's best highlights U.S. Army postgame show. Well, the river flowing about as well as the Ducks' offense and defense flowed today here at home. First down with 2 minutes remaining. Dante Moore underneath the towel. Huge day, career high 3 touchdown passes, and he was almost perfect. He threw a couple of passes away. The rest were beauties. Caleb Hicks on the carry.
Be interested to see next week how Lincoln Riley has USC lined up this year. Right? We're saying they're better, they look better.
Had a much better recruiting year.
It does appear that because of the money now involved in recruiting, there's a lot more haves and have-nots at the higher end of football.
Exactly. That's where this whole week started, with Mike Gundy talking about Oregon having a lot more resources money-wise. Dan Lanning had the answer, and the best part of his answer was, we spend to win.
Yeah. But you got to have it to spend it, and they've got it.
Yeah.
Because you're locked in your revenues. Everybody's got the same amount of revenues. So the tiebreaker is the NIL money and how that's controlled. That's going to be the next stage of arguments here in college football. And who knows how to do that? I have no idea.
Nice tough run by Hicks. And there might be only one more snap left in this one. So as I said, a long flight back for Stillwater. And then try to pick the pieces up of this. And as Gary said, you got to do a total flush job or it could screw up your whole season.
Mike will look right at him and go, what are you going to do? I mean, it's tied up. We're not going to see talent like that again. So, if you want to play football, it's right in front of us. Let's flush this away and let's go play.
And Hicks cuts it to the outside to get a first down. Stratton brought him down, and let's see if that's going to do it. Choose to. And they're coming up the ball as if they will. Final play of the game. And Hicks got about a yard, and that's it. A resounding win for the number 6 team in the country. They might move up a spot with this performance today. And as these two coaches had some words back and forth earlier, the handshake is a victory for Dan Lanning, whose team goes to 2-0. That's going to wrap it up from Eugene for us. For Gary Daniels and Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Eugene. Final score, 6th-ranked Ducks 69, Oklahoma State 3. Tonight on CBS begins with FBI International and FBI Most Wanted, followed by 48 Hours. We'll send you back over to Adam Zucker and company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages. And we'll see you at Purdue next Saturday right here on CBS.